Make sure that the ruler is smooth, your tape measure is smooth all the way around, especially if you're measuring yourself. For my hips, the widest part of my hip, and from this viewpoint, this part of my hips looks widest to me right here. That's going to be 97.
Okay.
And then I'm going to measure from the smallest part of my waist down to the widest part of my hip. That's going to be about 21 and a half for me. From the smallest part of my waist down. And a trick that I've done is followed my body because I don't have anybody to help me. So I'm going to make the skirt about 50 centimeters long. Mark that already. Here on my pattern piece, I'm going to label that B also because that's my hip measurement. Now, and then I want I'm going to do about 25 centimeters wide on the bottom. Then I'm going to leave a 1/2 inch hem on the bottom of my skirt. So I'm going to label that D. Here are my two front skirt pieces. Here will be the high split skirt that's going over this black contrasting fabric piece. Here is my back pattern piece for my skirt, and it's just a little flapped over. And then here are my waistbands with the interfacing that I will be attaching to the skirt. And you attach interfacing because you want your waistband more structured, and you also want your waistband to have that ironed on, so before you actually get started and get to sewing. So I'm going to iron those two pieces together, and then I'll be right back. Gonna iron your interfacing to the wrong side of your fabric. Front piece that is creating the faux split is already slanted here. It's hemmed under. I folded it about 1/4 inch twice, and then as well as here I folded the hem 1/4 inch twice because I will not be able to hem it later. I don't want to sew those pieces together. If it wants to blow around, it can. Now I'm going to put my skirt piece, that is the back, onto my pattern piece with the right sides together, and the widest part of my skirt bottom that goes in the front, the widest part of the skirt should not be on the bottom, it should go on the top. You notice how the hem is a little bit shorter. Then I'm going to take my contrasting fabric piece, and I did a whole piece of fabric instead of trying to match them all up together. So here is my other piece to my fabric that I'm going to sew together, and it will be thicker this way, but that's okay. It kind of creates a lining for the front as well. Now what I'm going to do is sew down my fabric right here. The reason you're doing your waistband this way is so that when you flip it inside out, you won't see as well. I'm going to clip this off right here so that when I turn it inside out, this is my thread snippers, I'm going to clip that corner, then I will turn it inside out. Okay, then I should be able to pull it out, and you see so this is the skirt. I'm going to put the hem in, and you see that the flap is here. So when I do my hem, I'm going to start on this side and then go all the way around the bottom and then show you the final result. Here's the flap. So now I'm going to start behind the flap, and then I'm going to sew